What's up, wrestling fans? Coming to you live and direct from Los Angeles, California, and around the world. WCC proudly brings to you the recap of last night's show, 1,000 show. That's right, 1,000 show on Raw. My guests, co-hosts, and friends were all here, united as one. To my left, all the way from Ohio, Mr. Jones himself.
Hey, what's up, family? What's up, WCC family? How's it going?
We also got season number 2 champion, ladies and gentlemen. Season number 2, White West.
The whole effing show is in the building.
And you also got the Grand Slam champion himself, Maurice.
Slamming it out the park as always.
Gentlemen, let's start it off. Last night was probably the most epic show I've seen in over a year. That's right, over a year. Your thoughts, starting off with the return of DX without China.
Yeah, DX, that was the reunion I think everybody was expecting. I mean, like you said, with the minus of China, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was awesome. I loved it.
What you think about it, Wes?
Man, China's a porn star, so I didn't even think about China even being there. I don't even count her as a member. She was a manager, so she don't even matter. But as far as they coming back, I didn't really expect them to have an all-that-out surprise. But, I got kind of geeked when I seen all of them, so, I was pretty excited that they came back. I just wish they all did all their finishing moves on Darren Shadow. It probably made it a little bit more interesting.
Maurice, you're the ladies' man. Where was China at last night? Was she under your bed?
No. I went. Yeah, you couldn't give me enough money for that one, Els. But yeah, apparently China was back. Apparently China is probably somewhere in Japan, China, like become China doll, so she can't use a knife under the world anymore. But apparently that's not working. So. Yeah, who knows? But quite honestly, I really didn't miss her because all I just wanted to see if somebody besides Triple H or Shaun was going to be there. So,
right.
Outlaw showed up, X-Pac showed, and which, by the way, I'm still surprised Billy Gunn showed up, considering the bad heat he has had with Triple H in recent years. But hey, everybody saw their pride. They gave us a great performance. I'm happy with it.
Dude, did you guys see that last night? Billy Gunn and Triple H actually hugged it out.
Yeah, I was shocked. I'm like, wait a minute, is someone going to get hit? I mean, I really enjoyed it.
Oh, sorry, guys.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, I say it this way. Hey, if Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart can hug it out, damn it, anybody can, right?
Yeah, that's one of the things I had mentioned in past shows. Like, I mean, because everybody's seen the shoot that Billy Gunn and Road Dogg put up, talking bad about Triple H and Shawn. So I'm like, I figure, with Bret and Shawn, and that was big controversial. I mean,
Very.
Why not Billy Gunn? Why can't Billy Gunn and Triple H, put it underneath the bus and become DX one more time just for the night,
I'm not gonna lie. I really thought Billy Gunn and Road Dogg and X-Pac were probably gonna get jumped from behind, because if you notice, if you pay close attention before Shawn and Billy started arguing about who's gonna say suck it first, it's like they all looked at each other like, are you ready? Like, ready? Let's get them. Like, I'm like, no way, they're actually gonna do this shit live on TV, but then they didn't. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's like I mean, but here's a question I'd like to ask everybody: can DX rise again, or just for beer? Because I mean, some of them kind of look out of shape, but the only people that look really fit is Triple H and Billy.
Exactly.
Billy didn't look that fit to me. Shawn Michaels retired, so it really don't matter if he wrestled no more. But X-Pac got fat as fuck. Like I really looked at him like, damn, dude got a beer belly now. He needs to slow down them beers.
Yeah.
But do you think that DX can within time build himself back up to type of like match status at least? minus HBK, by the way.
I'll be honest. I think it's already done for them. You guys basically, set it to the nail of it. These guys are out of shape already. I think it's time for them to just kind of hang it up already. But hey, they all come back at least once, right?
Yep. Although I think I meant although it's kind of crazy. I was surprised Xbox finally looks like a human being. Because we remember when he was in his prime, he looked like a toothpick, for lack of a better term.
Up next, let's talk about the whole wedding. I don't know if you guys attended, but I was in the room while that was going on. Your thoughts?
And the wedding.
Yeah, I had to admit, the wedding was but I'll tell you, the only thing that made me interested was that Slick was the reverend for the wedding, and I was like, I gotta admit, the Slickster still got it. Granted, he looked chubby as hell a little, but I gotta admit, he could probably still teach some folk how to work a mic.
Right.
I have to say, matter of fact, you know what I say is, if WWE smart, get rid of AW, put Slick with the primetime players, because I'm about to say now, he could definitely get them over.
Man, I like AW. AW funny. I like him. He's funny. He entertaining. He's entertaining.
I hate AW.
AW is entertaining. He's funny. He's like, hey, watch your back, Dan. Woo.
AW, he gets on my nerves, man. He really do. That's too much ignorant for me, man.
Yeah, so sometimes it get too far, dog. But he be funny sometimes. Sometimes he say like, dude looks cloudy. Remember you cheated us, referee? You cheated us.
Yeah.
The wedding was funny, but I don't get why Vince made AJ general manager. I'm not getting this. She can't be GM. That was a horrible choice.
I can tell you, okay, with Vince has a weird mind to begin with. First of all,
yeah, that's true.
Look at all his choices in the past. At first he was doing a good job when back in the '90s he hired HBK as general manager. Then it was fine when he had Mick Foley, William Regal, and then
Austin
the biggest
Austin ran for a minute.
Yeah, Austin. Then the biggest one was Eric Bischoff, which I think was the best out of all of them. The best general manager.
The best one to me is when Eric Bischoff ran Raw and Paul Heyman ran SmackDown. That was the two best choices back then.
Right. You had common sense, and then you had crazy. You had common sense, and then you had madness, and now you got crazy, which is AJ. We can only expect what's to be expected next Monday.
Right.
AJ.
So who's going? So does she run Raw and SmackDown, or is she just running Raw?
Right now, so far, it's Raw, right?
Mhm.
Oh, I think it's both.
I don't know. He just said yesterday just a Raw, so they gonna name a SmackDown GM. I hope they don't name Teddy Long again, man. I just do not want to see that no more. I'd rather them name Zack Ryder.
That sounds like an obvious choice. Most likely Teddy's coming back.
Yeah, I hope they go with Zack Ryder, man. If they pick AJ to do Raw, at least let Zack Ryder just Zack Ryder do the.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we actually got a new Intercontinental Champion, and his name is the Awesome One, The Miz.
And that was awesome. I think that match was actually good. That was actually a hell of a good match.
You know what? It really was. And I don't like them. But yeah, you guys were right. Awesome match.
That was my shocker of the night because, well, actually, in a way, it's kind of not because when you really don't know who you're going against, because, yeah, it's kind of like, wow, you really don't know, like, what kind of plan you want to attack because you have no idea who your opponent's going to be till, like, right until he walks out.
Now, you're not just saying that just because your good friend Bret Hart introduced both of them, right?
Because I'm saying because they like made the match like we knew Christian was defending his title, but the thing was, who was he defending against? And then like there was no announcement about it like all week.
It sure wasn't.
Yeah,
I think Christian knew though.
Yeah, about
Christian
the Miz.
I felt it was awesome too. Like shit, the Miz deserve some type of push. I mean, they've been trying to backburner dude for the longest. I think they thought they was going to give him the Jack Swagger treatment, but I see now, they let him win something that the Miz,
I'll tell you what, I actually think Miz would make a good Intercontinental Champion because I would put him in the point of, well, obviously not in skill, I'm not going to go with this route, but I'll put him like, if the Intercontinental title was around Mr. Perfect or Rick Rude or Ted DiBiase, like character as far as the heat goes.
Yeah, because he be talking shit just like they do.
And the thing with The Miz, he can make the Intercontinental title relevant again to where the past couple of pay-per-views, it didn't really make no dent in any type of pay-per-view or make it to TV. I mean, with The Miz, because he has good mic skills. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Christian, but with The Miz, seeing how he main event in WrestleManias and feud with John Cena, and I mean, I hate to say it, but The Miz is awesome. I mean,
yes, he is.
You can't go wrong with a guy with that much charisma.
But I thought Cody Rhodes was bringing some, bringing the Intercontinental title back. He was doing a good job, Intercontinental champion too. But they screwing him right now too. That's what you get the next World Heavyweight title shot.
Yes, he should.
Think.
Cody Rhodes. Got money in the bank.
Guys, like, not to disagree with you guys, it took me a while to like The Miz. I mean, seriously, last night at the WCC Uncensored show, Ronnie was talking about how some people don't like The Miz because he comes from the railroad and all that other bull crap. But I'll be honest with you, I just didn't like him because I always see him as a green guy. I mean, that's just me, though. But you know what? Last night, Miz did take over. He was pretty phenomenal, and he actually kicked ass. I loved it. I loved the match. Everything was awesome last night.
I feel like he paid his dues and like he deserved it. Like on the real world, he even said like, what I'm saying, he wants to be a professional wrestler. I feel like he lived his dream out and he paid his dues. I mean, he started at ECW, tag team with Maurice, and he sucked back then. Like from where he came from to where he is now, like he really did become awesome. Like he came a long way. He paid his dues. He deserves what he gets right now. Like he earned it.
Only thing I would have said, though, is, like, I wouldn't have wasted that WWE title reign on him. I was like, I was about to say, like, him having Intercontinental, that I'm cool with. But him having that after he won the WWE title, that I'm not so cool. If they want to give the IC first, then like, get the WWE title or a world title, then I'd be a little more cool with.
Now, Maurice, let me ask you this. Now that you brought that up, does that mean that The Miz is going to take another step back, or is he going to go forward after the IC title? In other words, he just became IC champion. Now, does that hold him back and keep him in that mid-card division, or is that going to be like a little spare time, something to wait for the rest of the summer, and then he moves on to the World Heavyweight title, or is he going to just stay as a mid-carder from now on?
I think the Intercontinental. I actually think this is one of those rare times, like that it's actually going to be a good thing because now he's going to actually grow under the Intercontinental title. So if he does take that next step forward and he goes after the world titles again, now that Intercontinental title experience is going to help him. Where I think they rushed him a little too much when he was the U.S. champion. Right.
Now, do you think they're bringing back the IC title as the workhorse belt, or is it just something for him to carry on for right now as they build him up?
I don't know. Like, after the reign Cody had, I was like, well, his first one, obviously. I was thinking like maybe they might be bringing it back to the workhorse like status now. So it's like a couple people that I also think that could also like legitimize it. Although again, I'd have to name like a couple of former champions to do it. But it's like
right.
I think Daniel Bryan could like work with that as well.
Right.
Yeah, I think, they're going to make it as a workhorse title. I mean, to give people more than just, our mainstream wrestlers. I mean, actually to build up careers and add more storylines. But it's just, with The Miz, I think it'll be a little bit more, it'll be taken more serious.
Right.
To where Jericho had it, during his early runs as the Intercontinental Champion. I think they're going to take it more serious now than just as a, I hate to say it, as a belt. They'll actually think of it as an actual championship. We have the WWE title, and then we have the world title. Those are the mainstreams where people actually eye on. This one right here, because now the Miz has it, and most people know that Miz is a workhorse. He's good to the product. He'll take the belt more serious. Nothing against Christian and any other past champion.
Now, before even that whole match started, I mean, Bret Hart brought up something pretty interesting when him and Mr. Perfect had that championship title match. Your thoughts on that?
That was one of the most beautiful matches I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, to think 20 years is still past, and it's like, now as an adult, I appreciate it more. Like, I was geeked on it watching it as a kid, but now watching it as an adult, like, it still gives me like that feeling when I was still like a novice fan at the point. So.
Shaun?
Yeah, it kind of made me feel old. I mean, watching those matches with Bret and Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, it actually has a shine to it. So I mean, I appreciate everything that both those gentlemen done.
Right.
Hey,
actually,
Shaun, can I follow up your point real quick?
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Al. Yeah, Shaun, like follow up your point.
Mm-hmm.
What was great about them is like those were two guys that you could like have them go night in, night out, like 6 months straight.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like they always wanted to do something fresh. They like always did something like keep their match fresh, like every town they were in. So it was like, oh, we're not seeing like the same thing. Yeah, they would like have spots come in like here and there, but it was like they would either switch the order of it a little bit, or they would like work like different variations of those. Both of those guys were like so even in skill that it was like they just naturally clicked.
Right. Absolutely. And with Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, I mean, you couldn't go wrong. I mean, that he was titled to that name, just like the Miz is titled to his name. So, yeah, it was all good. I enjoyed both men and followed their careers with excellency. So it's just like it's awesome to see Mr. Hart, Mr. Bret Hart, in the ring and even talk about those days.
Moving on, gentlemen, we also had the return of The Rock. I mean, Chris ain't here to back this up, but that was pretty awesome. Came back, called out. Well, he didn't really call him out. More like just stood up to his face and told him, you know what, shut up, and then just gave him rock bottom.
Yeah.
The Rock out. Rock. I'm sorry, go ahead.
The Rock returning was practice to me. I mean, him doing the rock bottom, Daniel Bryan had it coming anyway. He had already turned the ring up. He was salty. He had lost it. That AJ played him at the altar. I mean, The Rock came out and he told CM Punk, like, shit, basically, I'm going to beat you for that day. He tired and Royal Rumble. We all know that's what's going to happen. They feel like The Rock be champion again. He's going back to practice now. Wrestling gonna be that's gonna change wrestling again. That's weak.
Yeah.
It's up now.
Is everything okay with her?
Yellow. I thought I heard him talking, but he was like cut off for a second.
Oh, okay.
Well, with the Rock coming back, I mean, I thought he was just going to show up just to say, you know, I'm glad to be part of this spectacular moment. I wasn't thinking that The Rock was going to call out CM Punk, although, I mean, signs kind of point to it when you say, oh, Rock's here to address the WWE title.
Right.
I wasn't expecting anything else for him to say, oh, did he say Survivor Series, or did he say Royal Rumble that he was going to get a title?
It's the Rumble. Royal Rumble.
Yeah, the
Rumble.
Rumble.
But, yeah, I mean, here's the thing that baffles me. The Rock hasn't really been back in the WWE since, you know, WrestleMania, or actually being affiliated with the WWE. Well, how come does he get a title shot straight off the back without trying to earn it like everybody else has? Or does his legacy or his time with WWE just gives him that title shot?
I mean, I was really surprised. I was waiting for him to actually call him out before the Rumble. I mean, I expected him to say, let's at least.
You know, I actually gotta admit, I thought it was kind of weird at first, but then it's like, all right, we already know we're going to have we had like a big thing for WrestleMania this past year, because although the hype was like a little, could have been better for Rock and Cena. You got Triple H Brock coming up for SummerSlam. You don't have anything yet for Survivor Series, but it's like Royal Rumble. All right, it's like, all right, The Rock competing in a championship match. It's like, all right, granted, we don't know what type of shape he'll be in by then, but it's like, odds are he'll probably be like a little more crisp than he was at WrestleMania, so he'll be ready to go. Now it's like, now you kind of made the WWE title, because if somebody that really hasn't been in the championship picture a lot is the WWE champion by the time the Rumble comes along, and they can say they knocked off The Rock, you pretty much just made a new star right there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but I don't know,
I would like to see, like, if now, only thing was with Ziggler having the world titles briefcase, I would have liked to see him. Now, who do you put into that picture, though?
Oh, God.
I tell you go with Cody Rhodes. You push Cody Rhodes in that world title picture, because like we talked about this, like, I mean, radio show, like, who can you put in the world heavyweight title that he ain't fought yet and beat? So, like, I mean, you can't go with the Cody Rhodes and make him lose and make Cody Rhodes lose. But like, Dolph Ziggler and Jericho got beef now, so like, are you gonna make them fight for the briefcase? But then if Jericho beat him, then Jericho gonna cash it on Sheamus. Dolph Ziggler the time, he deserved to be world belt.
Well, I mean, it's like we discussed this, a few weeks, actually last week. I mean, Sheamus is a fighting champion. He's been good with the title, and the question still remains: who do you put with a guy like Sheamus? I mean, you already had Del Rio, and that was an okay match. But then you got to actually ask yourself, well, will Randy Orton be in top form?
Man, I thought they played Randy Orton. Randy Orton came back last night.
How you feel about it? Oh, that was last night. Well, I think we all know why.
Yeah, I know why too, but like still, I mean, if he go, they could at least, that's his hometown. They could at least had him be VA satellite, something, anything. He should show face.
And they were in his hometown.
Well, here's the thing: Randy Orton was backstage, but the thing was he could not be on TV at all due to the drug policy.
I figured they would do that with him.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I figured what they would do is, like, if Orton did go out in public, it would either have to be after the show was over, or before the show began, or after the show was over. And then it's like, all right, Randy, if you want to chill, like, have some guys, we'll, like, bring him back here or whatnot for you. But, yeah, but we just got to keep you in an era where we know the cameras aren't going to go.
Mm-hmm. It was probably like they probably had a dark match after, and Randy probably just came out in speed because they probably wasn't going to show it on the air, like you said.
Damn.
I don't know. I want to see Sheamus fight Cody Rhodes. I feel Cody Rhodes ain't gonna have the Intercontinental title. It's time for him to get that World Heavyweight title push. Give him an opportunity.
Now you got to ask yourself: is Cody Rhodes actually up to Sheamus' status? Like, do you actually think he could take on Sheamus? Do you think Cody could take on Sheamus?
I think he put a good match on. I don't think he'll win, but he'll put a great match on with Sheamus. Cody Rhodes matches don't be weak. I like Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, the new Cody Rhodes is. I like that. He been kicking ass lately. When he was Intercontinental champion, I felt like shit. I thought he was going to win Money in the Bank. That's what I thought was going to win. I didn't think they was going to let Dolph Ziggler win. I thought they was going to let Cody Rhodes win.
Well, it was a toss-up between Ziggler and Rhodes because, like I said, Cody had that strong run as Intercontinental champion. And like I said, Ziggler, over the past year, he had, like, people have been beaming over him, like, with his matches with Cena, Punk, and Orton. And even Sheamus. It's like, in like 1 year, you took on four men that when you took them on, they were the current, like, either WWE or World Heavyweight Champion. And it's like, yeah, if you can, like, hold your own against guys like that, like, week in and week out, then it's like, sooner or later, WWE is going to be forced to reward you. And that's why he gave him Money in the Bank. Although
they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to do that with Cody Rhodes, because Cody Rhodes been holding his own with them people. He held his own with Gordon.
Yeah, that's true, too. Like I said, it was
he
a
held his own with
decision.
Sheamus, too. And did he fight, I don't know, did he fight CM Punk yet? I don't think he fought CM Punk while he had his little run.
No.
Not yet.
No, Rhodes and Punk have not fought yet.
But he fought, who else he fought? I know he fought Sheamus, I know he fought Orton, he fought somebody else, too.
Now, Sean, let me.
The Big Show.
Now, Sean, let me ask you this from a writer's point of view here. I mean, obviously, a lot of people like Cody Rhodes, and on the other half, everybody likes Ziggler. Now, from a writer's point of view, do you like what they're doing right now with Ziggler by holding back a few days or months from cashing in?
Oh, wow, that's a tough question. Because you can go a lot of ways as a writer with Ziggler. I mean, you have to look at the fan base as well as the man himself.
Right.
With Ziggler, I think the good thing about holding him back is actually build up, because you have fans who are like, damn it, give him the title, cash it in, do this. But
right.
The best way for him to do it is at SummerSlam. If not, going into SummerSlam, like give it a twist, make him cash it in the week before SummerSlam,
Mm-hmm.
or you can do it the route where I'm thinking that WWE is doing, is that go ahead and fight Jericho, make it a Money in the Bank match. If Jericho wins, Jericho wins the title. But if Jericho loses, Jericho retires, and Ziggler could be like, well, I retired the first undisputed champion.
Right.
And still go on to which is the biggest match of the summer at SummerSlam, and win the big one at SummerSlam.
I like that. I actually like that one. Like, yeah, because I think, you know what, keep Ziggler hot. Don't let him cash in early. I gotta say, you gotta figure out like when's the right time, because I figure like Sheamus has got to drop that belt sooner or later, and it's like, but then if somebody else wins it off of Sheamus first, then it's like you gotta kind of like let that champ get worn down a bit before Dolph can cash in.
Right.
And then Ziggler is doing the smart thing. Just stand back. Do not pursue Sheamus. That was one of the things that I was kind of upset that he tried to cash it in. Do not pursue Sheamus. Let him get weird out and just go in for the kill. I mean, because you got all these guys, because like, you know, everyone's saying, you know, who will Sheamus actually face for the World Heavyweight title? You know, just let him wear himself out.
All right. I mean, you guys bring up a lot of good points, but let's jump back into Raw real quick. Main event time, CM Punk versus John Cena. John Cena cashed it in, said a week ago, hey, Punk, get ready for the fight of your life. I mean, this match, by the way, we even talked about this last week too, Sean. I told you, do you let Cena go for 5 minutes or do you go for 10 or 15 to complete a whole match? But actually, he went 10 minutes, which is not too bad. But at the same time, it is Raw. But, you know, your thoughts on that, on the main event?
Oh, it was great. I liked it. You know, it wasn't too over the top, but it was still enough to get the fans out of their seats to this match, and for it to end the way it did. Because I mean, I'm like, Punk, go for the cover. And I'm like, forget about being making the right choice. I mean, Cena cashed it in. I mean, this man wanted to challenge you for your title. It's a threat. Go for it. Big Show just gave you an opening. But I love the match. I mean, it went back and forth. You know, it was just a good match. I can't complain.
Right. Maurice?
I gotta admit, I thought it was a little short, but then again, I was like, you know, they had like so many like people show up that I kind of expected it to be that way.
Right.
But I admit, for given the time they had to work with, though, it was actually a pretty solid match. I was like, I loved the ending, like the confliction in between, because it was like, because he obviously knew Big Show interfered, but then I was like, man, I want to keep this title, but man, you know, Cena did kind of go to bat for me last year, like when Del Rio like took away the title, even though I said I had no problem with it. But it was like, but then it was like when it all played out, I was like, wow. Like, I gotta admit, like, if Raw wanted an ending to have people talking, and talking positively, they pulled it off in spades right there, because seeing like Punk, like the second time, it was like, sorry, seeing the match is over, hey, you're on your own now. And then when a Rock blew right past, attacks Big Show, and then it's like all of a sudden Punk comes in and blasts the Rock. I was like, ding.
Let's be honest. Did you guys? Let's be honest. Did you guys see that coming?
Not at all.
Yeah.
And that was like, WWE, you rolled the dice. Yeah, you hit the jackpot on this one.
Sean?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I see, like, you know what I'm saying? I knew the Big Show was going to come down there and knock John Cena out, but I ain't never think The Rock was going to come out there and help him. Like, that put a whole different twist on the whole little outcome. And for CM Punk to hit The Rock, that was like, damn, what? Like, that just changed the whole thing. I still don't look at it like everybody says a heel turn, but I like, shit, The Rock was threatening his title, so he just did what he had to. But then it kind of looked like shit. Rock came to help John Cena, and you beat John Cena help up. So it's like,
Now you know what's the trip about that, Wes, is the fact that you're actually the one who actually called that out last week. You're like, no, Big Show's gonna go, and I was thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, no way. I go, why did they do that? That's pretty stupid, you know. You know what?
It happened exactly how it was going. Like I told you, the referee got knocked out. Big Show came out there and knocked him out. But I
exactly, dude.
Kick out.
Okay, that part was predictable.
The what?
Big Show didn't have no match, and he was frustrated with John Cena. But at SummerSlam, she's probably gonna come on Monday. At SummerSlam, it's gonna be a triple threat with all three of them.
Right. Predictable.
Yeah, at least Big Show's interfering was, but like I said, everything else, yeah, that did kind of. Yeah, because I was thinking, oh, this is where they're gonna pull the surprise appearance from Austin, but then I was like, ew. But I was like, all right, having Rock come out was pretty cool too. So it was like, hello.
You know, I'm not going to switch it up or anything, but I just want to put out something out for Austin why he did not show up.
Hold on. We'll get to that. Let's just finish this real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. It's all good. Real quick. Who's this? B-Dub?
Yeah. What up?
B-Dub, what you think about CM Punk versus John Cena main event?
Wow, man, it was cool. I wish Stone Cold when it came out, that would have been turned it up a notch. But you know, it seems like he's gonna have a slow type heel turn, but it's gonna be similar to like the Jericho heel turn. You know how he was the honest guy, but yet you still boo him for no reason. You know, it's like it's a motive behind the method behind the madness. You know.
Right. I mean, to me, let's be honest, last night, if you're in WCC, I actually saying, you know what, I'm actually going to speak my mind about what really happened, what did I like, what did I didn't like about Raw, and you know what, I even wrote it down in my notes. I'm like thinking, watch, next week or 2 weeks from now, you're going to see Punk go as a heel. And to top it all off, I don't know if he actually did become a heel last night, but he actually did his little, I guess you could call it a heel turn.
I feel he didn't do the wrong thing.
But remember, it wasn't, it wasn't really like a heel turn because, he didn't fight Cena. He just looked at it. But when The Rock came out, he beat The Rock up, not Cena. He just left him there, kept going.
Exactly.
But he didn't save Cena, though. That's the thing, man. He didn't save the hero.
But why? Why should he save him when his championship's on the line?
Man, he's supposed to be the Batman, bro.
Come on, if you're the champion and this dude beating him up, are you gonna stop this guy from beating up your opponent?
Man,
no, I want to win it fair.
Let me just tell you, if John had been the other way around, John Cena would have saved CM Punk.
See, but remember, Punk's not Cena. Punk never said he was the Boy Scout. Punk said he wanted change. And remember, he went back to the original point. It's like Punk never wanted to be cheered by the fans. It's like somewhere along the line, he went from the adults cheering him to now the little kids are cheering for him now. It's like he just became stagnant and became a fan favorite, and everything went back to status quo.
I can add up to this too, because my thing is Punk is basically in the same mode that he was when he went up against Jeff Hardy. A lot of people booed him, a lot of people cheered him when he was a champion. But now you have The Rock, who is an icon. You kind of have to wonder, why the hell did he clothesline him? And, I mean, it's also...
No, but it makes sense. It makes sense why he clothesline him, because everybody... Go ahead.
It may make sense, but at the same time, you got to think, okay, you don't even know who's you're going to be your opponent, Rock, so why are you going to try to save him? I mean, would they...
No, it was just respect, just like it was respect with Cena and Rock. So that's what he came out to help him, because he's seen if Punk's not going to help Cena, boom, he need to come out there and, handle it.
Real quick, gentlemen. So you are now part of WWE Writers team. Do you have The Rock come back next week live on Raw, or are you going to go via satellite?
One, Rock's not going to show up by neither one because it costs too much to bring them in anyway.
Right.
And two, The Rock probably not
look at Brock, man. Brock ain't going to come in.
Yeah.
As a writer, would I have Rock come back next week on Raw or via satellite? that's actually a good question. That is a very good question.
Really, I wouldn't bring him. It's no point to bring him next week. Like, you just want. I would rather want it to kind of be slow and be like like keep you guessing, like what's gonna happen next. Because we all assume that Punk's gonna say something next week or explain himself, but he might not. He might do something else, that's out of the pocket. We want it's something just to keep watching, like what's gonna happen next,
Mm.
Actually, I would actually have Rock come back because, like you said, Punk will come out and explain. Maybe he won't explain. He'll just stand there and look, confused like he did last time, and just have The Rock come out and say, I know you're conflicted, but if you do that again, you will have more problems in SummerSlam than you will have. So with that, I mean, that's actually a good question. That kind of stumped me. I wasn't expecting that one.
Now, check this out. Let me go for a doubleheader on this one. What do you do with John Cena? Do you have him bitch about that he lost Money in the Bank with cashing in his briefcase? Or do you have him fight against someone new, a new face, a new heel, or what do you do with Cena now?
He's going to be the same way. He's going to be like, yeah, I mean, I won the match by disqualification. I'm the first one that, that didn't cash it in, but, he's going to be a man. He man about it, he's gonna beat somebody out of nowhere and be Super Cena as usual, and then get another title shot in SummerSlam. Big Show gonna be in there somehow. It's gonna end up being a triple threat.
Hold on, Sean. I can roll with you even further with it.
Okay,
Sean, I can roll with you even further with that one. Cena challenges Big Show for interfering. Punk comes in, winds up like attacking both of them. Today, because he don't want to face Big Show one-on-one, but he definitely don't want to give Cena another chance. So that is like, all right, neither one of y'all won, but then again, neither one of y'all lost. So, boom, there's your triple threat.
Ouch.
It could be a triple threat, but here's the situation. Everybody keeps forgetting that AJ is the new general manager, and with her crazy mind, anything's possible. So I'll even go a step further. It'll be a triple threat match, but throw The Rock in as a special guest referee. And then after that, you will never see The Rock until Royal Rumble, and, he'll cut a little promo here and there, or he'll show up.
It wouldn't make no sense for him to be, a special guest referee if the man not going to come back to January. He basically said he's going to be here 5 months from now. He's going to be going for the title.
Right. I mean, we're not going to see – do you guys think we're going to see Big Show and Cena one more time, or is that dead already?
No, you're going to see him one more time. That's why Big Show interfered. It's going to be Big Show, and Cena and Punk. They moving Daniel Bryan, straight downhill, man. So
now here's the question for you guys: do you see Daniel Bryan going to SmackDown, or do you see Daniel Bryan staying in Raw?
No, he's staying on Raw. Since AJ's the GM, he's gonna stay on Raw.
Right. You know what? And that's my next. Well, was going to be my next question. Now, the guy who left in the who got left in the shadows was good old Daniel Bryan. What do you do with him?
It's funny.
That's a good question.
Because the whole Charlie Sheen and Daniel Bryan thing. We talked about this last night, and I was thinking it's happening. It's going to happen at Los Angeles. I think it is the SummerSlam. Charlie Sheen threw out a challenge to Goat Boy, Daniel Bryan,
Goat Face,
and Goat Face. But he threw out a challenge to Daniel Bryan. So I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a celebrity match with Daniel Bryan. And I think what will be awesome is if AJ traded him, drafted him to SmackDown for somebody else.
Right.
But with the whole wedding and all this debacle that went so bad for Daniel Bryan, there would have been the perfect opportunity for Ron Simmons to come out and say his signature punchline. Just walk out like, damn,
No, I think it was perfect when Heath Slater got knocked out.
By the way, were you guys surprised that they didn't go with the whole tender to the mental hospital? I mean, we did see those guys in the back.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised.
Yeah.
Like, what was that for? I mean, they didn't even come out, did they?
No, they didn't. I guess they made you think, oh, he's going to screw her over and send her to the mental hospital.
Yeah, but I guess it was like, oh, yeah, Daniel got screwed first.
Yeah. Do you think now seeing stuff like that, WWE is going to change?
Very. I mean, that with AJ being GM, that kind of blew me out of my seat. And I think it is going to change the face of Raw, if not WWE. Because, I mean, we don't see a lot of Vince, and with Triple H going up against Brock, you know, the order's going to be different. So it's actually going to change the face of WWE.
Right. Now, are you guys ready for this one? Be honest. Let's be totally blunt about this. From a scale of 1 to 10, what do you guys give Raw last night?
I give it a 10.
I give it an 8.
8?
Yeah.
Why 8?
I give it a 9.
Yeah, man. Like I said, Stone Cold would have just topped it off, man. Like, if you could see one stunner, that's all, you know.
Yes. Stone Cold have been there, it would have been a 10.
Yeah. But I would still give it a 9 just because I was like, all right, Rock showed up, Taker showed up, the DX reunion was like a funny incident.
Man, it was really right. I mean, the only thing that really made you mark out was the DX and the heel turn, man. That was about it.
Speaking of Taker, now let's be honest about this one. Is Taker hurt or is he just old now? I mean, the dude could barely move. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about that.
Man, he was coming out looking like Shredder.
Like, what the hell happened there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And this is why I'm saying this man needs to announce his retirement next year. Because I was about to say, after WrestleMania, I was like, dude, this is like the perfect way to go out. Just like either do it. If you weren't going to do it last night, like I said, you still got Survivor Series, which is still your anniversary. Do it then.
Right.
Please do not do another Mania match. I was like, you had like the send off of send offs last year. Go out like
for Survivor Series.
Like
could they do this? Could they do Survivor Series? A Rock and Cena reunion versus Punk and Big Show.
Yeah, Rock and Cena. No, remember they had the whole gimmick of the first and last time of never before, never again type gimmick.
But you know how the WWE do it though. You know what I'm saying? They make shit like that disappear.
It's like last year WrestleMania. You're talking about Rock Cena said once in a lifetime. How's it gonna be once in a lifetime? You trying to do a sequel?
He might do a sequel. That's what I'm saying. Well, it might happen again. Like, cause if CM Punk do a heel turn, that could be your main event Survivor Series. CM Punk and Big Show.
Like I said, I can see The Rock beating CM Punk at Royal Rumble, Cena win the Royal Rumble. Boom, there you have The Rock Cena for the belt. Because the only way they'll top last year is if it be for the belt.
Wow.
Just to bring it back a little about Undertaker. Undertaker's really, he's old to me. I appreciate everything that this man done in the ring, and I think the best way for him to go out is at WrestleMania. And I have 3 people who I can imagine who can end it and let it be over, and Undertaker could walk out, with his head up high. Jericho, CM Punk, or Wade Barrett at WrestleMania.
Wade Barrett, man, I don't think Wade Barrett really earned the stripes yet, man, to take down.
He may not have earned the stripes, but at the same time, it's passing the torch. That's the way I feel about it.
No, but you don't even know if Wade Barrett gonna be there that long, man. You need somebody that's that's gonna be there through and through,
True that may be. But we gotta actually look at it this way: who actually has stayed with WWE for a long time? Besides Undertaker, Big Show, and Kane,
Honestly, I think for someone like Cena, someone like Cena, someone like Orton, I think even the Miz might wind up staying.
And you know what? You bring up a good point. And Miz, I forgot to say, Miz, I mean, in order to elevate his game, I think that would be a good candidate for WrestleMania. A lot of people had disagreed to past shows. We had mentioned it, but with Undertaker being the way he is and he's moving slow, you're going to need either one, a veteran who worked with Undertaker in the past, or you're going to have a new lion.
Personally, I would like to see Undertaker versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
No, how's that?
You have to have a worker. Simple, have the worker dealer.
You don't think Miz is?
The Miz? Like, yeah. So, I mean, let's say Miz can work, but...
Yeah, but I was like...
actually beat him, but I can see the build-up behind it will be compelling, and you can see, a technical wrestler fighting a veteran with the deep brow Undertaker, so...
True. But it's like, if you think about who really needs it more, because if somehow Taker were to agree to this, because Miz, he's already got the entertainment thing down packed. Whereas
he ain't
Bryan,
undefeated. People don't know.
So, yeah, technically he would be. But, yeah, and it's like, but on a scale, like, Bryan would need it more because as great as he is, he's like hit and miss, like on the mic. Let him beat Taker, then believe me, he will have heat like nobody's business.
Especially man. I mean, if done correctly, that can be a cracking match, though.
But here will be a good ending to Undertaker's thing, and then I was bringing up, like, and I have written it out, got it written up with Jericho and Undertaker. Undertaker, say he goes for a tombstone. Jericho reverses, gives a code breaker, and out of desperation covers. 1, 2, lights go out, both of them are gone. No one loses, and no one doesn't know if Undertaker kicked out or not.
Right.
Yeah, but you see how old Taker getting, man. You see how hard it was for him to take his hood off yesterday.
Undertaker
the music last time.
Undertaker had a hard time last night, just lifting what's his name?
Camacho.
Camacho.
It doesn't matter.
Had a hard time lifting him up. I'm like, man, he's about the size of Ray. I'm like, dude, like, you having a hard time lifting him up. I mean,
right, man. That was like Kane had to keep talking to him and what to do next, because it was like Undertaker, like, okay, what we need to do next, like kind of like they were trying to communicate, but it was like it was a miscommunication, like what we need to do, like, okay, because he kept looking and do we need to do? Are we gonna pose now? Like, we need to move these people out the way first,
Yeah, but then again, let's remember something. Like, technically, they really didn't have this worked out, because remember, it was only until Saturday, I think, was like Saturday afternoon was like the earliest that it was confirmed Taker was finally going to show up, because remember when they first started promoting this, Taker wasn't even mentioned
at all.
It was like,
but you have to have shockers, though, man, because you don't want to know everybody that shows up, because it ruins the surprise,
Well, I know, I got that part, but it was like, but I meant like, they may confirm it, like he'll be, like, all right, we know if we're going to have a surprise, it's like, okay, is he going to be there? It's like, can we get him to confirm in time so we can, like, maybe set something aside to, like, let him work or whatever? And then it was like, they really didn't get, like, a confirmation till, like, mid-Saturday afternoon or something.
Yeah, but it seemed like when they got in the ring, it seemed like they was just straight freestyling.
And they were.
Yeah, like, you just come out.
But you got to understand, Undertaker, it's been a while since Undertaker worked with Kane with a mask on.
Dude, his mouth is open. You can see, okay, let's choke slam him. Let's tombstone him.
So it's like, well, dude,
like, when last time you seen Undertaker
and also because he had hair on too, so I mean.
Yeah, and when last time we seen Kane do tombstone,
Undertaker needed his hearing aid.
True, so, so I just rocked the mohawk, y'all.
And that's what he did. That's good, what he's good for.
Oh, my God. Well, gentlemen, I don't know if you guys noticed or have been keeping up, but TNA just signed Chavo Guerrero.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that?
Oh, I do have one question before I answer.
Okay.
Is Hector still in the company too?
Is who?
I
Hector Guerrero.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't shown him in a while, have they? I mean, I don't watch Impact that much.
He's actually the Spanish announcer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a Spanish commentator, I believe. I thought he was a Spanish.
Yeah, commentator. My bad.
Yeah. I'm actually excited to see Chavo back in the ring. I mean, he may be rusty. I mean, but he's been doing stuff in independent.
Like I said, he's been with the Raja King, man. So that's basically Impact. So he's been working with Impact stars like in India. So the dude good and ready, and then we're gonna see him actually wrestle for real this time. With a good, decent push because they allowed them to actually, put in some good minutes, and he can work with the young talent, which would be good compared to, we can't do 2 to 3 spots in WWE compared to like, man, we can really work a match, in Impact. So this should be exciting.
It's good. It'll be good to see him actually work a match, and I mean with the history that he has with Chavo Sr. and his uncle, the late Eddie Guerrero. It's going to be great, and just actually it was last week, El, that you said that he might be a Matt Hardy,
right?
TNA, and I it's like as I look back at his wrestling tapes and stuff like that, I'm like, there's some matches where he was like Matt Hardy, and and I just felt that he was actually holding back, or actually he just looked like he was just tired of the WWE. And that's why I'm like, maybe TNA will give him the energy that he once had, maybe early WWE style. I'm not going to say WCW.
You always going to be in your uncle's shadow, man. And you see your auntie out here, getting more TV time than you are, So you get a little chance to shine a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said TNA will give him more of the shine, and I'm happy for it. I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm pretty excited.
I mean, gentlemen, are we looking at the next TNA World Heavyweight Champion?
Nope. It's either going to be Samoa Joe or James Storm at Bound for Glory.
So Chavo's not going to be in the picture at all.
Let's say he'll probably work with the X Division or something.
Chavo will probably catch that X Division. Chavo might be the person to catch in at Destination X.
Right. Man, well, wait a minute. He could fight Austin Aries, though. Never know.
Exactly. My thing is, why are we lowering Chavo Guerrero? I mean, he's almost like Christian, a guy who worked his way through the industry.
But he's not a big name, though, man. It's like he's coming, but he's gonna get that big push. Find somebody, and then he's gonna go back to being mediocre. In some point of the storyline.
Before Christian came to TNA, Christian had an established career already with Edge and Christian as a, in TNC matches as a multiple-time tag champ. It wasn't like Christian was a scrub. You know what I'm saying? Chavo Guerrero didn't come in there off of being on the back burner of WWE, jobbing for niggas. So
but
he'll be a star at TNA, but he ain't gonna have no big World Heavyweight Champion. Never. No, you cannot put that belt on.
We can see him fighting Austin Aries now. That's possible. But I can see him working more with the X Division, though.
Right.
See, I want to argue what was just been said. I mean, yeah, Christian may have been, he got his dues and stuff like that in WWE, WWF. I mean, did anybody check out what Chavo done in WCW? I mean, and then other promoters.
Especially after he had to roll with the Misfits in Action.
Misfits in Action. In WCW, I mean, most of Chavo's career, it seemed like he's been in Eddie's shadow. Most of his career. What I'm saying? They always been in the same company together.
But Eddie was that guy, though.
And then he's been the longest reigning cruiserweight champion in WWE. A lot of people forget about that.
Yeah, because when he won the title, remember, Eddie became WWE champion later that night.
So it didn't matter. Eddie Guerrero, you know what I'm saying? He always be jealous of Eddie Guerrero. Eddie grew up in United States champion, cruiserweight,
he'll be jealous of Eddie and Rey Mysterio. Both of them both got a title run, and he get an ECW run.
I mean, man, he don't deserve it. He not talented like them guys is.
But he is talented. They say they don't. He doesn't look like a champion. Like they said, they don't take him seriously. He don't have to look. That's the only reason. Not the talent. He has talent. You will see the talent in Impact. He has talent.
Man.
But I think I also heard.
I see the talent in WCW, but like they said, he just ain't got something, man. He don't need to be world champion. Like, I see the talent in WCW, but man, right now he's old too. He's really over.
Yeah, like right now he's gonna be used just to put over the young guys, man. Really, to work with them, because that's his whole purpose, not to trying to look out and see he'd be the top star. Like, he already know his time's over. Like, use your skills to help build somebody else up. Which they shouldn't have did with Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar was just an epic fail coming back. So.
Right.
While we're in TNA, I want to say something out. Do anybody think that Austin Aries is TNA's CM Punk?
No.
Yeah. Man, like you see how AJ Styles and all of them came out together, I mean, Impact seeing what WWE was doing with Daniel Bryan and Punk, and it was said, well, you know what, we need an independent star that, to come up and win it. They had that feel-good moment that came from Ring of Honor,
Right.
They an independent show, though, too.
Right.
So it really ain't like an independent star came up. Unless you going to do it like a junior varsity star moving to a varsity team. You could say he came up like
you had
that.
Samoa Joe, AJ Styles. Hey, all them cats came,
I like
Ring of Honor. Come on.
Yeah, but you also remember AJ Styles and Samoa Joe actually built TNA, where Austin Aries came, back and forth.
Right. I mean, I actually see more Samoa Joe as your CM Punk, not Austin Aries. But that's just me, though.
I mean, if you look at some of the promos that he cut in the ring, it's kind of like CM Punk.
Right, but, everybody's always going to remember the battles, so, people would expect Samoa Joe to be the next guy.
Man, have y'all heard about Miss Tess Marco was kind of dissing the WWE Divas and was like, I will never come back to WWE to work 2 minutes and not to be, playing second fiddle.
You know what? I don't blame her. I do not blame her, because real women that wrestle are actually in TNA. You got in WWE just supermodels.
Yeah, with the exception of Beth and Natalia and Tamina.
Yeah, and there's only 3. In TNA, you got...
Yeah, there's the only ones who get, a match that goes over 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm glad...
maybe Layla, you want to put her in there.
Gentlemen, we are now going to go... We're running out of time, but we're going to go into the Q&A. In this Q&A session, what I want you guys to do is this. You got 1 minute to rant about anything you want. Just let it out of your chest. Let the people know what you're all about. And speak your mind. You guys got 1 minute. Here we go. This is Q&A with the WCC family, and we're gonna go around the block. And we're gonna go with Sean first. Go ahead, Sean. What the fuck happened here? All right, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but this thing froze. Sean, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Go ahead, Sean.
Okay. This is like Q&A, right?
Yeah, Q&A. We're still recording. Go ahead.
Okay. Question: did anybody think that Austin should have showed up?
Actually, cut. Real quick, just let it out. Just talk for a whole minute. Just let it out. Just rant about anything you want.
Okay. The only thing I say is like I enjoyed the 1000 episode. I can't really complain. The only thing I will complain about is, Austin didn't show up, but I know he has his reasons. I can't really complain about anything other than I'm a wrestling fan through and through, and there's no love-hate relationship about it. That's about it.
Up next, we got Maurice. Why don't you tell us in 1 minute your thoughts about wrestling in 3, 2, and 1.
TNA, look at the calendar. It's July. Fall's right around the corner. And y'all know NFL's going to have a lot of games on this year on Thursdays. So between now and then, step your game up and, make a decision. WWE, likewise. If y'all want people to buy your pay-per-views for a change instead of streaming them, step your product up on both Raw and SmackDown. Because if not, let me tell you, Sunday Night Football's going to dominate y'all again. Word to the wise, don't blow this opportunity while y'all got it. Because if you do, NFL's going to kick your butts big time.
Up next, White West. Speak your mind. 3, 2, and 1.
Man, I'm sick of this nigga Brock Lesnar not talking when he come out. He need to start cutting promos because he costing me a lot of fantasy points. I feel TNA going in the right direction with Austin Aries as champion, even though I feel that Brian Gordy going to lose. I also feel that they need to not let John Cena win the WWE title. They need to keep it off of him as long as possible. And I like to see him Punk heel turn.
Not bad. All the way from Alabama, give it up for Brandon.
Yeah, so all in all, man, it was a good show. So congratulations for the 3 hours and the 1000 episode or whatnot. One thing like I did wanted to see Stone Cold, but he did hurt his he had surgery on his knee and whatnot. So, and the 3 hours it might not last too long, but and we will see, especially when NFL starts. That's not gonna. They're going to have really tough competition, man. So especially with Impact, that's going to kind of go against SmackDown maybe. But I'm looking forward to that and the WWE Network, and we'll see where it goes. And Tony Cesaro, was a wasted pick, but he will be a star later on, though.
Not bad. As for myself, WWE, step it up with your writing, please. I'm bored. I'm getting tired of watching the first hour. I mean, hey, let's be honest. But not really. WWE, step up your game with your writing. TNA, you're taking us really, really slow baby steps. Come on, guys. You guys are lagging out there. We want a B show, an actual B show, not just, to me, my B show is actually Lucha Libre AAA. But seriously, TNA, step up your game. And really, you guys are almost sinking down there. And it's sad to say to see a B show more like a Z show, if you know what I mean.
I like I like that one. A B show, like a Z show. What'd you say? A C show or a Z show?
A Z show.
I like Zorro. Because he's like coughing, catching all them Z's, going to sleep.
Exactly, man.
WWE does need to step up their game and their writing because, I'm tired of posting up stuff saying, hey, guys,
I mean, but guys, it's like they have so many ideas, but it got to go through so many channels, and Vince get the last say so, man. Like, Vince will agree to it one day, then change it up at the next, man. So, the writers, they feel the WWE Universe pain, man. But they got to write for Vince,
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, like I said, compared to Vince Russo, he was it was just him and 2 other guys. Compared to now, you got 12, 13, 14, 15 writers, and you got New people coming in. You got soap opera people coming in, people fresh out of college coming in, and you got old vets, old agents, and just a whole cluster at times.
And I could add more to that. I mean, like you said, back then WWE and WCW had like a little bit of writers, like 5 writers at the time, at tops, and then it had to go through Vince. But Vince also got to look at it in a politic type of thing. He got to go through, look at it at all steps, and it sucks because you can't put out good wrestling and let wrestlers be wrestlers and writers be writers. But some of the writers actually are not that great. Some will have to actually go back a few steps and look at the product that they're working with and look at the wrestlers they're working with and build up a storyline. So it's like it is a cluster.
Right.
Well, there is an issue because what a lot of people forget about, also forget about is that, these problems aren't new. Because you even, like for fans that even watched before the Attitude Era, there were times where they did stuff on there that almost got them kicked off the air. As a fact, I give a classic example. It's when the Rockers had their breakup. There was a really, really heavy line. Like they had to really push Vince to like let that angle be on like free TV and whatever because you're not used to seeing that type of stuff on syndication and in the morning time or early afternoon.
Right.
And that's cool that you actually brought that up. That is awesome that you brought that up because during Shawn Michaels' early years and Marty Jannetty, they actually were in a bar fight, and that's how that whole breakup came about. And they're like, okay, well, let's do it. And Vince was like, you sure you want to do this? I mean, he's like, well, okay, I'll give you the green light. Let's go ahead and do it. And sure enough, a lot of parents at that time actually had a lot of problem with that. But as you see, it worked well, for at least for Shawn.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
No, but my whole point was like, you thinking like all of this stuff happens like happened just because the Attitude Era is over here. My point was no. This stuff has been going on even before there was an Attitude Era to exist. And what a lot of people realize is if you read some of the stories that if you got, especially if you got like somebody like Brett's book, there were plenty of times where Vince had to go through a lot of clearance after he wanted to finalize something because like certain people, like once he started going national, there were like certain areas where they were like kind of lenient on like doing things, so they had to either work to get a clearance or they had to scrap the plan overall and wait till they could get somewhere where they could do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, don't they have to like get everything approved with the network and whatnot? I mean, show them this is the script. This is what we're going to do.
State
like
Athletic
the
Commission. The FCC. Yeah, they had to clear it out. FCC. They have to get it clear with the local State Athletic Commission to like make sure it's not like too violent. They also they have to go with the and even just like local government in general because. Like I said, there may be certain things. If you do it within that city or within that state, they could at least fine you for it. It's not like ban you out the entire state. Period.
Just like Jericho with the Brazil flag, and even I'll take it a little step back, go back in time when WWF was actually part of Spike TV when Eric Bischoff had the HLA, if anybody remembers that.
And the live celebration with Edge and Lita.
Yeah.
Well, no, HLA. But they were allowed to do that on Spike TV, but now you don't see that stuff anymore on USA and just like you said, there's certain regulations, certain things that most cable networks will allow or even cross that line. So you got to also look at
also
this way.
remember in their demographic too, because now it's kind of like they were trying to gear toward the kids and all that. It's like, well, we can't be doing all that like we did back in Attitude Era, you know.
But I can
flashing and showing blood and all that.
But I can guarantee you this: if WWE goes back to Spike TV, or if they would ever consider to go back to Spike TV, you know, everything will be different. I mean, the whole company, the ratio of kids and adult would change drastically.
No, like I said, if they gear toward, you know, toward a certain demographic, like if they wanted just to gear toward the male 18 to 25, then you'll see the difference regardless of Spike or USA. But the simple fact that, you know, they got 9 or 10-year-olds, you know, watching the product now, they said we can't do that. So we got kids, we got parents here, you know, impressionable kids, you know.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, recorded. What y'all talking about?
Hello.
Yeah, it's just like a regulation thing, like things WWE is going through, and like how they always have to get clearance through to do certain angles that they want to do and whatnot.
Yeah.
What they always got to get clearance? Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's surprised like how nowhere ECW did so much stuff, man. I'm pretty sure they probably told them just a brief synopsis and then just, you know, and said bump it, and they just did whatever.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, we ran out of time. I'd like to thank you guys for coming in.
Wait a minute, you tell me I just came at the end of the show and now you're talking about? See, that's some racist shit.
Well, I want to say one more thing. You know, someone did bring up Austin. You know, he didn't show up. The reason why he didn't show up to Raw was because he had a major left knee surgery that was done on July the 2nd. The surgery was successful, but if he did show up, he would still be on crutches, actually.
Yeah, because he said Stone Cold Steve Austin is, you know, kick butt, you know. Like he said, he don't want to be walking down the aisle limping with crutches, you know, so that's not Stone Cold if people don't love, you know. So people will still be complaining, like, why this man in crutches and all that?
and that's why a lot of people on the show was boasting a lot of Austin because he was not there, and even Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon. So I want to say,
honestly,
congratulations.
I would just want to
get well soon.
Honestly, he shouldn't have just did if he just did a pre-tape message or something, you know, that would have been cool.
Yeah, exactly. Well, gentlemen, I mean, seriously, we're out of time. We thank you guys for tuning in. For those of you that got Facebook, make sure to go to facebook.com/group/Wrestling Commentary Central. And if you got Twitter, also follow us on Twitter at WCC Live. I am El.CIBERNETICO along with good old Sean Jones, Jones himself, B-Dub, Maurice, White West, Chris.
Shut up.
Exactly. Cuddles. Also known as Cuddles.
Got to leave the host last.
Right. Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a host today, so I don't give a fuck.
All right.
Oh yeah. And by the way, don't forget to also check out this Saturday, the return of Chris back on WCC Radio. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Chris will be back on WCC Radio. Understand. Entiendes. But anyways, we thank you guys, and we will see you on Saturday, WCC Radio.
You guys, good night. Peace to all.
Good night.